If you're over 40 and you're trying to lose weight, then cardio is probably one common thing that you often reach for first. And it might be the reason that you're experiencing diminishing returns and your body will not change. You cannot lose the weight. There's a woman at my gym who's in her early 20s, and every time I go, every single morning, she is literally running her heart out on the treadmill. So hard. And I can tell by her body shape and her effort that she's literally running to stay small and skinny and to burn off what she ate. And the reason why I can look at her and recognize this is because that's exactly how I used to be and exactly how I used to look. And every time I see her, my heart sinks a little bit because I know that feeling so well. And the thing that would literally change so much for her, the way that she sees herself, her effort, her body, isn't more time on the treadmill. It's picking up a weight. I'm Andrea, and I lost over 20 pounds in my mid-30s, and I kept it off for over 10 years now through perimenopause, and I'm a double certified nutrition and fitness coach. Cardio used to be 80% of my weight loss strategy. Today, it's maybe 20% or less. And my body's in better shape today at 45 than it ever was in my 20s or 30s when cardio was literally my whole strategy. So then if cardio is not the strategy now after 40, then how do we lose weight and keep it off? I'm gonna tell you what truly changes your body after 40 and keeps you strong for decades, because I promise you it is not more cardio. So then why do we rely so much on cardio? Why is that like the pillar of weight loss or weight maintenance? I think there are two main reasons that we reach for it every time as a go-to strategy. The first is that cardio pays you back right away, right? You are doing cardio and you're sweating, you're drenched, your heart's pounding, your heart rate is up, you're wiped out, and your brain goes, okay, that worked, you earned it. Lifting weights doesn't necessarily give you that rush. And sometimes after a weightlifting session, it can feel like you barely did anything. But how hard the hour doing cardio felt and what's happening to your body and how it's changing over the course of the next couple months are two completely different things. The second reason cardio is our go-to is that we were raised on it. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s or 2000s like I did, it was step aerobics, jazzercise, spin class, and then literally every magazine is covered with some woman who's telling us to keep our heart rate up and burn more calories. That is 30 years of messaging ingraining that in our brains. So of course cardio is your instinct. It was mine too for so many years. So when you start to gain weight or you're ready to lose it, you go back to the one thing you trust and you do more of it. After 40, extensive cardio really starts to backfire. But let me be fair to cardio first, because I actually really love cardio and I'm not here to trash it. It's good for your heart, it's great for your mental health, it clears your head, it brings down your stress. All really good things. And yes, it does burn calories. If you ate 500 calories over your maintenance one day and then burned 500 calories on a hard run, let's say, you would cancel it out. It's true. You can manage your weight this way. It is possible. But you can and you should are two different things, because the amount of work and effort that cardio asks for is brutal compared to what you get for it. Let me give you an example from my own experience. I will get on this Stairmaster and I will go hard. My heart rate is pounding, it's high, it's like up in the 160s and it stays there for 30 full minutes. That gets me about 250 calories burned. 250. That's literally like a small handful of nuts or like one of those small bags of chips. 30 hard minutes for something you can literally eat in 60 seconds. Not worth it to me. So to out exercise the way that you eat, you'd have to literally live on that machine, and nobody can sustain that. And then there's what it's doing underneath it all. Hard cardio 5 or 6 days a week keeps your cortisol running high. And as your estrogen drops in perimenopause and menopause, your body gets more sensitive to cortisol. And high cortisol, we know, tells your body to hold on and store fat around your stomach. So the very thing that you're doing to try to lose the belly fat can literally be part of why you can't lose it. And there's one more cost of doing so much cardio, but I'll come back to that in a minute. The time that this all clicked for me that cardio was not the solution to lose weight and to maintain weight was learn the hard way. Because for decades, I literally did so much cardio. I ran 5 or 6 days a week and I piled everything else on top. I was doing half marathon training, I was doing Orange Theory, I was cross training with a Stairmaster or Peloton or spin, and I was eating in a calorie deficit almost the entire time. And yes, I was thin, but also exhausted, literally running myself into the ground to stay thin. And then one day, I still remember as it was yesterday, I saw a picture of myself in a bikini. I had been working so hard for years, and how I looked in a bikini in this picture was the same exact way as before I ever started running and doing cardio. I was soft, I was squishy, I was smaller, and I was lean, but I in no way liked the way I look. And I was really disheartened about it. Like, I was really disappointed that I had put in so much effort just to not like the way that I looked. And that's a hard thing to reconcile, but I honestly think it happened at the perfect age. It was in my mid-30s, because instead of just going harder like I might have done when I was younger, I got curious and I asked myself a really important question that is still sort of the foundation of how I operate today. And it ended up being the ignition for the change that I needed. So instead of asking or wondering, how do I burn the most amount of calories possible? I asked myself, how do I build a body that I love and that I'm proud of? And the answer was never going to be cardio. It was muscle. Muscle is amazing because it works for you even when you're not doing anything. It's expensive for your body to carry, so the more you have of it, the more you burn calories just by living while you sleep or sit at your desk working all day or even on the couch watching Netflix. And after a strength training session, your body spends the next day repairing those muscles. So you keep burning calories a little longer after you've left the gym. And picture this, because this is what muscle does. You weigh the exact same number 6 months from now, but the jeans that won't button up today slide right on. That happens all the time with lifting and when you build muscle, because muscle and fat take up completely different room on your body. So the scale can say nothing's changed, you weigh exactly the same, but your jeans are telling a whole different story. And that's why I encourage you and every other woman to not live and die by the number on the scale, because it does not reflect an accurate picture. But the benefit of muscle is so much more important than just that. After 40, we have to think about the older us, the us 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And the muscle that you build in your 40s and your 50s is what keeps you strong and mobile in your 60s and 70s and 80s, meaning you can get up off the floor on your own, walk up the stairs, carry your own groceries, stay in your own home. We're all so focused on looking good right now, and I want that for you and myself. I really do. That's important. But muscle gives you that today and protects you for the next 30 years. I literally think about this every time I step into the gym or pick up a weight. I'm not just training for a summer body or to look hot today. I am training for the woman that I want to be at 70. So the whole mind shift is this. What I tell myself and what I tell my clients and my friends and families and loved ones or anyone who will listen. Stop training to shrink yourself and start training to get strong. Okay, this is the cost of cardio that I told you I'd come back to earlier. Too much cardio just doesn't fail to build muscle, but in excess, it can actually chip away at the muscle you already have. And that muscle that you have is what's keeping your metabolism burning calories for you throughout the day. The less muscle you have, the slower your metabolism. So overdoing cardio can shrink the very thing that makes staying lean and managing your weight easier. Your body only has so much in the tank to recover with each day. Spend hours of it on cardio, and there's literally left to repair and grow muscle. The research on doing both cardio and strength training at once backs this up. The more cardio that you stack on, meaning more days or longer sessions, the more of it eats into your strength and your muscle gains. This is why I am so intentional now. I've been working on growing my glutes for, over 5 years now. And on my lower body days, which are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I don't do a single second of cardio. I want all of my food, all of my energy, all my protein going into that workout, into that muscle, not burned off on a treadmill. So I'm not saying to pile on lifting on top of your cardio. The goal is to flip it. so that strength training becomes your primary workout and cardio takes more of a supporting role for your heart, for your stress, for your mental health, and not as your main way to burn off food. Now, if you've never picked up a weight, now is the perfect time to start. And I know it feels intimidating. There's the wall of dumbbells, the machines you have never touched and have no idea what they do, the concern that everyone's watching you do it wrong. We literally all start there. I still walk into a new gym and have to figure out machines I've never seen and redirections and test them out. Everyone has a day one. Everyone's new at one point, and there's nothing embarrassing about that. But you don't even need a fancy gym. If you get 2 or 3 sets of dumbbells, order them cheap on Amazon, do workouts in your living room using YouTube videos or following an app or a program, that can be such an effective way to get your weightlifting in. The gym's great if you want to go heavier, but starting at home and working out at home counts just as much. There's so much you can do. And if you have a fear of getting bulky, please let it go. Getting bulky, getting big takes years of heavy intentional training and eating in a surplus on purpose. You will not wake up accidentally bulky, but what you will get is lean and toned and strong, which is probably exactly what brought you here. If you want the easiest place to start, I created the Strong Core method. It's 4 weeks of workouts, 3 20-minute workouts a week at home, no equipment needed, and it's designed for anyone from beginning to advance. It builds the core strength that everything else is built on. So when you start lifting weights, you've got a foundation under you. It won't melt belly fat off. No workout actually does that on its own, but it does get you moving. Plus, you get a toned stomach, and who doesn't want that? The link's in the description below. If you're interested, check it out. Okay, here's what I want you to do this week in order to make some progress. If you're doing cardio, I want you to take a single cardio session and swap it for a 30-minute strength training session. If you're not doing any cardio or any type of exercise, that's okay. I just want you to find 30 minutes in your schedule this week for a 30-minute strength training session. I want you to grab some dumbbells, use a resistance band. You can find all of this on Amazon, have it shipped directly to your doorstep. Watch YouTube videos, whatever feels doable for where you are right now. I want you to add that in, and I want you to pay attention to how your body looks and feels as you consistently do this over the next couple weeks. And then you'll have the proof that you can trust because it'll be your own experience. You'll see just how amazing you feel mentally and physically. And if you keep that up, the progression of those feelings is just going to increase right along with your progress. At the end of the day, when we're over 40 years old, the goal isn't just to burn as many calories as you possibly can in a workout. It's to create and have a body that works for you the other 23 hours that you're not doing cardio, and one that's still strong decades from now. That gets filled with muscle, not on a treadmill, no matter how many hours that you pour into cardio. And if cardio has been your main tool and you're still not liking your body, you're still not seeing the weight loss or weight maintenance that you expect and that you want, then there's usually something else that could be going on underneath, and it's really helpful to know what that is. I have a free metabolism type quiz that really helps you understand your habits and how they're impacting your weight loss efforts. It'll give you a specific plan tailored for your metabolism type. It's only 2 minutes to take, it's free, and I will also link that in the description below for you as well. If this video was helpful, please hit that like button so that more women over 40 can find it, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next week's video. And if you want more on everything health, fitness, nutrition, lifestyle for us women over 40, come and join the Behind the Body community, where every week I will send you something to your inbox that helps you keep making progress. You can sign up for free at behindthebody.com/newsletter. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will chat with you next week.